What is up, you guys? So in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Mazda 6. So the Mazda 6 is Mazda's largest sedan in their lineup. It is a mid-size family sedan that looks very upscale and premium and luxurious even, starting as low as $24,100 for the base trim, which is the Sport, followed by the Touring, which starts at $26,700, then the mid-level trim, which is the Grand Touring, which starts at $29,800, then the Grand Touring Reserve, which starts at $32,300, and then finally the cherry on top, the Signature trim, which starts at $35,400. So because the Mazda 6 is a mid-size sedan, it will compete with the likes of the Toyota Camry, the Honda Accord, the Nissan Altima, and many others. Now I like to think of Mazda as an underrated gem because it doesn't get cross-shopped as much as any other brand. But Mazda makes some fantastic vehicles, and they're reliable of Hondas and Toyotas. So basically with any Mazda you're getting reliability, luxury, comfort, and value for a reasonable price. And this Mazda 6 is no exception. But anyways, let's dive straight into the video and let's see what this Mazda 6 has to offer for 2020. So looking at the front of the Mazda 6, you can see their signature grille design, just like on most of their vehicles. So the grille on every trim is the same, but when you go for the signature trim, is that you have a gunmetal finish. And then moving on to the headlights, they're pretty much all the same for all the trims, but again with the signature trim, you get LED headlights and the adaptive headlight technology. So the signature is definitely a step up in that regard. And looking at this particular angle, the Mazda 6 definitely has some nice body lines to it. I like how the part of the body that encompasses those wheels runs into the hood. And under the hood of the signature Mazda 6, you will find a 2.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine, making 250 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. But on the other trims, you still get the turbo 4-cylinder engine, but those will only output at 187 horsepower with 186 pound-feet of torque. And as for your drivetrains, the Mazda 6 does not believe in all-wheel drive, as this is a front-wheel drive only car. Now looking at the driver's side of the Mazda 6, it just looks beautiful in this red color, which Mazda calls Soul Red Crystal Metallic. Again, it has some nice body lines to it, it looks sharp. And then when you look at the wheels, you get these nice 19-inch alloy wheels on all trims except for the base trim. And again, if you're looking at the signature trim, you're getting an added bonus. So with the signature trim, 19-inch alloy wheels will have a brighter and shinier finish to them that will make them stand out more. So it's just that extra bit of flair that sets the top trim apart from the rest. And then if you look closely at the mirrors, they do have some nice turn signals built into them. They're also power folding, which is nice to see. And it also has a blind spot monitor built in. So here is the rear of the Mazda 6. So my overall first impressions, it looks like a very traditional family sedan. There's nothing too fancy about it. This is just their typical family sedan look. And it's interesting because when I think of a family sedan, I think of a design like this. Very traditional, not too overstyled to the point where it just looks weird or just looks odd. It's just right, although it is kind of getting a little dated, I'm not gonna lie. But I do like the nice chrome bar that blends into the taillights. I think that's done very nicely. It just gives it the extra bit of flair it needs. As for the taillights, they are fully LED, dual exhaust pipes on the bottom. Now as for your safety features, you do get the full safety suite on the top of the line signature trim. And that would include things like cruise control, auto high beam headlights, and then when you pop open that trunk, you're going to be presented with 14.8 cubic feet of space. So that's an adequate amount of space for all your groceries and whatnot. So once you get into the interior of the new Mazda 6, you are surrounded by pretty nice materials. You get these nice Nappa leather seats, very comfortable. You get some silver accents here and there, and I think little touches like that just add to the more luxurious feel of the Mazda 6. The seats are 8-way power adjusting with 2-way lumbar support. And looking at the infotainment system, it is a tablet style, which I'm not too a fan of, but it is expected as it's been a growing trend in the industry for quite some time now. It is an 8-inch display, which is not too big but also not too small. I think it's big enough, but I'd personally prefer if it was an inch bigger. And also the graphics are pretty outdated. They're just not up to par, and that's very evident when you pop it into reverse. It also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and on the signature trim you do get a 360 view camera, which is an awesome feature. It makes parking a whole lot easier, especially if you're a beginner driver like me. So it's nice that they have that feature, and more cars are bringing that technology as well. But I mean, overall, I think the interior is really nice. Like, even though Mazda is not necessarily a luxury brand, but a premium brand, Mazda has really brought a lot to the table here. It's certainly my favorite aspect about Mazdas. They always knock it out of the park when it comes to their interiors. So I think the Mazda 6 is definitely an option you should look at if you're in the market for a mid-size sedan and you're comparing it to big players like the Toyota Camry and the Honda Accord and maybe the Nissan Altima, because I think the Mazda 6 certainly holds its own in the mid-size sedan market. You get a lot of value for the money, you get some of the best technology in the business, especially with the signature trim. You're basically getting entry-level luxury for a low price. I mean, what else could you possibly ask for? And I think Mazda's starting to become one of my favorite brands recently. So I think that about concludes this video. If you did enjoy this video, please feel free to leave a like and leave a comment, because I will be happy to reply to any comments that you might have. Do not hesitate to ask me any questions in the comments. If you want more car videos, let me know in the comments below, because I'll definitely do more car videos. But on a last note, thanks for watching.